Hey everybody, this is Pat, and I'm back again with my Prowler here in my garage, ready to go on my road trip in just a few days. And today I'm going to go over all the places and people that I'm going to see on my trip. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I've actually got, this is going to be taking me over 20 days, or 20 days total that I'm going to be on this trip. Far longer than I've ever been on any kind of road trip before. But I've been looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm very anxious about it. I tend to get worried about just about everything. And I like to plan everything out, and I know possibly this plan isn't going to work. I mean, weather or issues with the car might change this plan. But I want to give you guys all this info so you know what's going on in case, people that are going to be meeting me along the way. Now, as I noted in my previous video, I'm not going to actually post any videos during my trip. I'm going to be concentrating on driving and getting adequate rest and doing all my footage, recording everything. So I'm not going to be posting stuff at that point. But along the way, what I will do is I am going to keep a post going on prowleronline.com, the POA. And there I'll post photos and things in progress as I'm going along. I'll admit that's a little bit of selfish reasons because I've had a few people reach out and say, hey, if you need anything, let me know if I'm kind of near them or anywhere sort of near them. And so I kind of want to let people know where I am along the way if anything does happen. So you can also go out and check that out. I'm going to put links to this video as well as my previous one in that posting so people can keep track of that as I do my journey here. So what I have here, I actually have a little spreadsheet here that I've got listing all the places I'm going to go with all my information. I'm not going to paste this up on the screen for everybody to see because it's got people's phone numbers and addresses on here, but I'm going to go through here and just kind of let everybody know where I'm going. So when I leave, it's going to be, my first stop along the way is going to be hopefully to see Larry Mays. Now, you may not recognize the name, but if you saw his car, you'd recognize it. Larry's been a member of the POA since the very beginning. He's had his car since it was new in 2000. And he's got a very unique paint job on his car. So unique that he actually had he was able to contract out a version that was like a little Hot Wheels version of the car that's got the same exact paint job as his. So hoping I get to see Larry. He's kind of on my way. He reached out and said if I need anything. So he was kind of on my route. I'm going to be going through Indianapolis and he lives in that area. So I hope to get to see him. He did say his wife is, he definitely needs to keep taking care of her. She needs more care right now. And so if something comes up, I may not be able to see him, but he is first on my itinerary. Then after I leave there, I have 2 overnight stops. I'm going to be stopping in Effingham, Illinois. Yes, that's the name of the town, Effingham. I think that's hilarious, but that's another thing. I'm going to be stopping there overnight. Then I'm going to be stopping at Texarkana in Arkansas for a night. And then the next day I'll be traveling to San Antonio. And there I'm going to be staying with Marty Usher. Now, Marty Usher has a Prowler that's got a lot of unique mods, both mechanical and visually, that I want to go over. And Marty also was the one who organized the last Prowler event that I was not able to go to. In fact, I'm actually wearing a shirt that was for his event that I wasn't able to go to, but I had ordered the shirt ahead of time and he still mailed it out to me, so I appreciate that. But Marty was very kind to let me stay at his place, and so I'm going to be staying there for a couple nights because I'm going to be arriving relatively late the day I arrive there, but we'll have the whole next day, and I'm going to let him kind of plan the day out for me. Hopefully show me some things that I missed out on during the other event. And also there's another Prowler owner by the name of Buddy Collins that lives nearby. He reached out and said he lives right near Marty, and hopefully we get to see his car and talk to him as well. So hopefully I get to do some reviews of both cars while I'm there. So after I leave Marty's place, I'm going to be heading west across Texas, and so that's long enough trip where I'm going to need another overnight stay. So I'm staying in a little town called Van Horn. It's like a little town that basically exists because it's sitting on the freeway. Not a whole lot there, but it's going to be an overnight stay. And then from there, my next stop after that is going to be Tucson, Arizona. And there I'm going to be seeing a couple people. One is my best friend as far as Prowler owners go, Jerry Johnson. I'm going to get to see him again and his wife, Mary Ann. And while I'm there also, I'm going to get a chance to meet in person Jeff B. Now, Jeff was the first person that I did a Zoom call video with last year. And so he lives nearby Tucson, and so I'm hoping that he gets to join us. Not sure yet what we're going to do during that. When I get there, it's going to be relatively late in the day. So the next whole day, I'm going to be staying with Jerry and meeting up with Jeff. Hopefully we get to do some driving. I'll get to see Jerry's Prowler that he just got. He has a gold one now. Back when I first met Jerry, he had a red one, and then later had a purple one, but he had to give those up. And so maybe we'll get to talk about that story when I'm there. but I'll get to review his and also get to see Jeff's in person. So looking forward to that one as well. So my next stop after that, when I leave Tucson, I'm going to be heading north, heading up to the Phoenix area, where I'm going to be staying in Tempe. And in Tempe, that's where Randy Hamilton lives. Now, if you might recognize Randy's name, he's done 3 videos with me. In fact, he did the most recent one with me where he replaced the convertible top on his car. And I did a Zoom call with him where he explained all that. His car has also got a lot of neat mods on it. One of them is that he's got nitrous on it. And I'm really looking forward to be able to ride in that. Now, I'm first going to try to ride on it, and then maybe I'll get to drive it. I hope I get a chance to do that, and hope to get some good video with that. Randy's going to show me around there, and he's got some other friends in the area that have Prowlers as well, and he's hoping we can get a few of them together and meet up. So again, more cars that I get to review, so looking forward to that one too. The next stop after I leave Tempe is I'm going to start heading west, and I'm going to get myself all the way over into California, and I'm going to end up north of San Diego, near a town called Carlsbad. Now, the reason I'm going out there is to meet a guy who doesn't have a Prowler yet, but he reached out to me last year. He's looking for one. His name is Patrick, that's like mine. His name is Patrick Gilbert. And he was looking for one, and so I started giving him a lot of suggestions because he was looking through my videos, and he asked a lot of questions. I wanted to know checklists and things he should do to go find a car. Now, I didn't know his financial situation. I didn't know whether or not, what he was kind of looking for, what his budget was. So I was kind of gearing it towards, being safe to figure maybe he needs, make sure he saves some money on this. Well, after he started sending me back other information about himself and his place, I don't think money's an issue because this guy owns his own, he's got a farm and he's got his own vineyard. He actually sent me a professionally made video that was done with aerial shots of his place. Hopefully I'll be able to insert some of that in this video here. And so once I saw that, I said, man, I got to meet this guy. In addition, turns out Patrick, his cousin, is a guy named Sandy who actually has his own YouTube channel and his own engineering firm that he owns, and he supposedly was one of the consultants back on the Prowler back in the day. And so Sandy lives in the Detroit area here near me. I have reached out to him, haven't heard from him, but considering his job and considering that this guy is, a big enough or important enough guy that one of his videos was actually with Elon Musk. So yeah, he's important. So he hasn't reached back out to me, I understand that, but hopefully at some point I get to do another video with him. So anyway, I'm gonna go out and see Patrick, show my car, we'll get to do some rides, get to see his area there, and so he can learn a little bit more about the car. So my next stop after that, I'm gonna be heading north into the LA area, where I'm going to meet up with Juan Perez. Now I did a Zoom call with him. He's got a red Prowler, very nice, and he's got some friends there that also have Prowlers, so hopefully I get to meet up with them. He lives in a town called Port Hueneme, which is west of Malibu, right on the coast, right on the Pacific Ocean. It looks beautiful there. I can't wait to see it. I'm also looking forward to getting in the area there because when I was a kid, I actually lived in the LA area. I lived in a little town called La Palma, which is not too far from Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm. I actually went there as a kid, but I was only between the ages of 5 and 8 years old when I was there, so I don't remember a lot of it. But I want to go see my old house and see the area again, just see if it brings back some memories. But I've got another whole day planned with Juan, because he's actually pointed out that hopefully we get to go to the Peterson Auto Museum. So I'm looking forward to that. Someplace that if you're a car lover, you got to go see that. And he's going to take time off work to be able to go with me and check out all these things. So looking forward to that one, definitely. So my next stop after I see Juan, I'm going to be heading east to Las Vegas. So this is someplace that I've been to Las Vegas just once before. I'm not a gambler. I don't necessarily like doing that there, but just seeing the city and just being a car lover, this has got to be one of the greatest places to go see some cool cars. And now I get to have one of the best cool cars on the road there, and I'll hopefully get to see the strip and see some other cool cars there, and others get to see me. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Now the next night after that, I got to get an early start after that because when I leave Las Vegas, I'm going to be heading northeast into Utah. I'm going to go check out Zion National Park in Utah. Now I've been there once before. My son was working out in Utah a couple years back, and so I got to see it. So I'm going to go do this again. Definitely looking forward to it, but also get a chance to take my car through the tunnel and through the street, through the roads that go through the mountains, and hopefully I get some great footage of that. So looking forward to that. Hopefully I get some great video for that one. So after that, I'm going to have a few days where it's just going to be traveling across just to get to my next stop. So I got several overnight stops. I'm going to be stopping in Flagstaff, Arizona. I got a place somewhere in New Mexico. I got a place in Oklahoma. Springfield, Illinois. And so those are all just going to be overnight stops until I make my way into Indiana. And that's where I'm going to go see Dale Sumney again that I'd mentioned before, at least in my previous video. Dale has been probably one of the biggest supporters of my channel, both this channel as well as my other channel, My Old Car, that I mentioned in my previous video. And he's also, again, he's trying to help me with the TPMs, the tire pressure monitors. So get a chance to see him, get a chance to see his car in person. So that's going to be great. The next day after that, I'm going to be traveling not too far to go see Tom Mills. Now, Tom Mills is again another longtime Prowler owner. He has his own shop called Jefferson Auto that's in right near, not too far from South Bend. And while I'm there, he's going to replace my window regulators. This is something that I was hoping to do as my first stop on my trip. Instead, it's going to be the last one due to the fact that it just worked better into his schedule. But this is something, the preventative maintenance, and the window on my passenger side has been going up slower than the other side. So I'm starting to worry that they're starting to go. Tom has his own design for these to replace them. You can buy them from him, he can ship them to you, and you can put them in yourself. I wasn't comfortable with it. My mechanic wasn't comfortable with it because he was afraid about potentially breaking the panels on the inside of the doors. So I'm gonna let Tom do it. I know he's an expert, and he's actually the only one left in the shop that knows how to do it. So I had to find a time when he's available. So that's my next stop. And then after that, I'm going home. So again, when I get home, I'm going to then start doing all the editing. So you'll see all these videos when I get back. So finally, one other thing I just wanted to bring up here, I wanted to make sure I provide, or I give some thanks out to people that have supported me on this. And then the first person on that would be my wife. My wife, Sally, has supported me on doing this trip. She actually kind of came up with the idea of at least making a trip to go see Jerry Johnson, because I've been wanting to see him, but with COVID and all that, I wasn't really comfortable taking a flight, even though I did get vaccinated. But it was just, so I suggested to her, I said, well, maybe what if I drove out there? And she said, well, you know, your car, my other car, is a lease. She said, you're not gonna be able to put that many miles on it. And I said, well, I don't mean that car, I mean this car. And I think she was a little surprised, and she's like, that's a long way to go in that car, are you sure you can do it? I said, yeah, I think I can. And then once I figured that part out, where I just get to Jerry, I'm like, let's just go out and see California. Let's see everything else that I want to see. And just while I'm out there, you know, let's get this done. And she has supported me. She's been okay with it. I'm going to be worried about her because there's things she needs to have done. I have 2 grown sons that are going to be coming over and helping out things for her. So I very much appreciate that. But the fact that, you know, I'm going to be away during Mother's Day. She even brought that up. She says, you know, you're going to be away during Mother's Day. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Thanks for reminding me. But I think I'm going to have to send some flowers out to her while I'm gone. But whatever I can do to thank her for it, because again, she is supporting me on this. And she wouldn't want to go on the trip with me only because she doesn't like long road trips. But again, thank you, Sally, so much for allowing me to take this trip. And I hope I get a lot of good footage and a lot of stuff to show people and help people with this, and so she knows that I'm doing that as well. So anyway, thank you again for your support, and the next time you see me, hopefully it will be when I'm home, and I should say I will be home, but the next time you see me on video will be hopefully video of all the trip that I had, which hopefully goes good. So thank you again, everybody, for your support and all your suggestions and comments, and I will see you when I get back. See you later.